All right, welcome back to another episode of Indiebnb. Today we are joined by Alexa Cappelli out of beautiful Los Angeles. Alexa, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Excited to be chatting with you. You got a lot of awesome stuff going on.
Thank
So excited to
you.
get in there. But want to start kind of from the beginning for you. I looked around, looked kind of at the history. It seems like you have a pretty unique start to getting in and breaking into this project. So if you want to talk a little bit about where you kind of came from. There's a little reality TV, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Well, I grew up singing. My dad actually moved to LA to pursue music, was singing in bars and stuff like that. He plays guitar, and we've always been a very musical household. I mean, my mom can't sing for the life of her, but she does her best and she's very supportive. But she could tell I could sing from like a young age and like signed me up for voice lessons. And I sang in church for the longest time. I was a worship leader for 10 years, and then I went to an arts high school. And my senior year, I was on The Voice, which was really cool. I mean, having listened to Kelly Clarkson up until my whole life up until that point, and having her be my coach was really, really cool. So very grateful for the opportunity. It was definitely more of like a launching pad, just because at the
Yeah.
time I didn't have any music out and I didn't really know what I wanted to say as a songwriter. So once I graduated and got off the show, then I started releasing music and moved to LA and have kind of never really looked back. So yeah, grateful to be where I'm at now, but it took a lot.
I bet. I mean, when you make that move to LA, like, what is are you doing that alone? Do you have, you bring anybody with you? Like, what's that, look like?
Well, I have to say I'm a little spoiled because I'm only like an hour and a half from home. Like I'm not that far. I'm California born and raised, so it's not too bad. My brother doesn't live too far from me. I have family in all directions, so very grateful for that. But I love the beach, love the ocean, and I wanted to be closer to it. So yeah, I love LA, and my first time moving out here was during COVID, and I renovated my family's like fifth wheel. We used to go
Hmm.
camping a lot in it, and they wanted to get rid of it, so I took it and renovated it and lived in it for like a couple years out here, which was really fun. Um, but that era has ended, and I'm in an apartment now, and yeah. But it was a cool start to my LA journey.
Wow. So when you're in there, did you have like a map of places you wanted to go while you had that opportunity, or like where were some of the cooler places you went?
I mean, I wasn't able to drive it because it wasn't an RV, it was a fifth wheel. So my dad had to like
Okay.
lug it out for me. But I mean, that would have been so sick if I could have like driven it and like just like stopped anywhere. I feel like I wouldn't have gotten rid of it if I could have done that. But
Got it. Got it.
yeah.
Very cool. Well, you mentioned your brother, like kind of being close, like as we were, coordinating this, he's involved in, in your career in this. So like, having him around, like, what's that like? Being able to, work with family a little bit and, having
Yeah.
people you trust around.
Yeah, well, I started working with him around the same time that I moved to LA because it was during COVID, and he had just moved out too and was at this new job, and COVID just happened, so a lot of people weren't really getting to stay at their jobs, which is so sad. But he was like, I have some time, and I would love to help you out, and he's just a really fast learner, so he's honestly like just been such a rock for me. And there was a couple years there we weren't working together while I was signed, but I'm really happy to have him on my team again now. So yeah, very grateful for him and my family being supportive.
Got it. Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Is he, involved in any kind of the creative or any of that stuff, or,
I feel like when I'm like out of TikTok ideas, I'll be like, "Hey, give me a caption or something."
yeah.
He's very hands-on with that way, and he's definitely um got a great ear for music. So not necessarily in the writing process at all, but definitely in the figuring out which songs are better than others. I trust his ear for that. So
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. Well, one of the people, so the person who was one of my coworkers, she had sent me your some of your music through Instagram, and so your work on those things. I always try to like validate I know there's a lot of work because I do it myself, like into, creating reels and creating those things. So you are gathering fans and gathering listeners through that. So I wanted to let you know that
Yay!
there is some work getting done, and she's really into like pop music and trying to be on the cutting edge. And so she's like, "Hey, have you
Cool.
heard of this person, like Alexa Cappelli?" I'm like, "I have not." And so we dove in, but she's like, "You should get her on the
Awesome.
show. It'd be sick." We'll reach out and see what happens. So
I love that.
shout out to Abby for hooking this up. And
Thanks, Abby.
but Oblivious, I think, is something that you've featured a lot in your, in your social and a few things there. Like, if you want to take us through, that'll kind of be like our song spotlight. And how do you write? Like, I guess we can, maybe if that was a different way you wrote before, like we can kind of move forward. But like your writing process, give us kind of the overview there.
Oh, I always love this question. I like get so excited because my writing process really just changes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the song and the day, like one of my songs that I've also been pushing, it's called Crimes, and I wrote it like last summer and put
Mm-hmm.
it out like last like February. And no, sorry, wrote it last February, put it out last summer, my bad. And when I was first writing the song, it was just kind of a different like sonic landscape for me. Like I've been doing more of like the indie pop kind of thing, and this was more like R&B, to early 2000s ish kind of leaning.
Mm-hmm.
um, and so with that song, with Crimes, I wasn't really like relating to the song at all, but I just had a melody. And I took one of Ryan Tedder's monthly classes once online, and he was talking about this thing where he like just sings in like gibberish and like gets a good
Mm-hmm.
melody and then writes lyrics over that. Um, and so I was honestly just doing that, like just singing gibberish, trying to get a melody that felt sticky enough to like, write over. And then some words were coming out, and I was like, okay, well, I could write a song about this. So with that song, it was honestly just like a kind of a concept formed out of a melody, out of a lyric, out of, and then I kind of worked backwards. With Oblivious, it was so fun because I went on like a date like a couple weeks before writing it. And I guess some context, like my brother and my producer and my friends and family, like if I ever like don't really get a joke or something doesn't make sense to me, they call it like I'm having a butterfly moment, or I'm oblivious to something, or like I'm really gullible and like I don't really get sarcasm all that much. Anyways, so I've kind of had that in the back of my head as far as like my personality traits. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I went on this date, I was telling my friends about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know if he's all that into me. Like, I don't know. And I told my friend about the date, and they were like, "Wait, what? Like, obviously he's into you because this." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't know. I was just being nice." And so then I kind of went into this like session with this concept of like it's just kind of completely going over my head. Um, so yeah, I don't know. And I wrote the song a month ago, and it's already almost at 1 million streams on Spotify specifically. So really grateful for all the love on that one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, on like, I guess what were some of those things, if we can ask, like on the date, what were some of the things that where you were not catching that your
Well,
friends
just like,
pointed out to you?
well, like, I have to say, I think at first glance I wasn't aware of that it was a date. So, like, it wasn't like verbally stated that it was a date. So, like, opening the door and like the compliments or like, just like little things. And I'm like, oh, like, but my friends wouldn't say that specifically or wouldn't do that, But like my girlfriends would, my guy friends wouldn't do that. So it's just really interesting, like I don't know, picking up on the clues while also not picking up on the clues, if that makes any sense at
Gotcha.
all.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, I'm kind of on him, not giving you the not giving you the
Hey.
verbal like, hey, this is a date. We're going to go do this
Yeah.
activity, and that is my intention. So,
Yeah.
hey, you're not all. It's not all the way your fault. You're oblivious on that
Hey,
front.
can't be. Can't be.
I love it. Well, you've got a couple of there's a couple of collaborators it looked like on the song. So Zep Park and Jules, like Rob. So like, take me through kind of your working with folks like that, and like how is it that you work with those people on some of your songs, and give some details there.
Yeah, I've been working with Zeph for almost 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy because been talking about this lately. Like, he was one of my, like, the first producers that I really clicked with, like, off the bat. Our first session, we wrote my song Body Language that came out on my EP in 2022. Um, and that kind of just like sparked a working relationship that I love working with him. He's easily one of my best friends, and it's really cool to be able to like dive into this like new sonic world and this album rollout with him, like kind of executive producing the whole thing. And then I met Jules Brave. She's an icon. She and I met years ago, but we did a session and I honestly don't really remember it too much. And then we did a writing camp once and we never really got to get in a room, like just the two of us as writers, I don't think.
Hmm.
So this was really, really cool to be able to work with her and it clicked instantly and she just brings out like the girly, like goofy in me, so I love it.
I like it. So on this particular track, you mentioned earlier like the Crimes was a little bit more of like an R&B feel. Like I can kind of hear that a little bit in the the build of Oblivious as well. Like so for the musical part of it, like who's putting that together? Like what's that process look like? Take me through that.
Yeah, my producer's name is Zeph Park. So
Okay, so
he's the one I mentioned earlier. He's the best. He's pressing all the buttons. Sometimes we had a session literally yesterday with Jules as well, and we were writing a new one. And he was going through like some different ideas, and every idea he had, I was like, "Oh, this kind of sounds like this, or this kind of sounds like that." And he was like, "Are we fighting right now?" Because I would just like not. I'm just not very helpful when it comes to that. I would love to be able to produce and like
Mhm.
have a co-producer credit at some point in my career, but at the end of the day, like I really trust his choices, and he knows me, and he knows the stuff that I've listened to. Like he knows what I'm inspired by, and so the technicalities of the button pushing and the
Yeah.
instrument playing, I'm not doing any of that. It's all him.
Gotcha. So it sounds like he creates like a few different samples or things, and it's like, hey, can we build something around this? Like, what's this make you feel? And then you kind of go from there.
Yeah, or if I have a concept, and then he'll build something around that concept. Like if I want something fun, he'll do something more upbeat. Something sad, he'll do something more slow.
Got it. Got it. Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, this Oblivious first release here in 2026, but if we go back, process of elimination last year, similar processes whenever you were creating that, or is it something that you varied up the creation you created for those?
Yeah. Well, the process of elimination, I had that title since I got signed to the first record company that I was with in 2022. It was after I released my EP Confused at 22.
Hmm.
And I had this title because coming out of that EP, I don't know, a lot of my, like I said, the obliviousness thing is not a new thing. Like I feel like I've been pretty indecisive. Like I don't know. There's just a lot of my personality. I'm just kind of like la la la. I don't know. Just going through life. But um, my mom when I was younger would always say like, if you don't know what you want, figure out what you don't want, and then go from there. Because I'm there's not a lot that just upsets me. Like I pretty go with the flow. So um yeah, I love that concept for the title, and that was supposed to be an album.
Hmm.
When I first, started writing for it, I wanted it to be a whole body of work, and things happened, and I had one song that did really, really well, called "Could Have Just Left Me Alone," and so that kind of like changed the trajectory of my rollout in my brain. So coming out of that season where I was at the label, being independent again, it was like, okay, I finally can release all these songs that I've kind of been sitting on for years.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm really proud of that project. The last song that I wrote for it actually is technically the title track. It's called A Little Closer. And
Hmm.
I mentioned the EP title in the um bridge. So yeah, I mean, coming out of that and into this new project, I mean, I released Crimes a couple months after that, so it felt like a 180, switch, going into a whole new world, and now I'm finally releasing my debut album, so really excited about
Right.
that.
All right, so we are building up to a debut album here in
Yes.
2026. I love it. I love it. Well, what can we
Yes.
expect as we continue to go through the year?
can we expect? I have to say, I'm really just kind of like writing a lot right now.
Hmm.
Um, it really just depends. I mean, I didn't think Oblivious didn't exist a month ago, so
Oh wow.
who knows? I'm just really enjoying the writing process, having a lot of fun. I have plenty of songs. Honestly, me and Zeth have worked so hard on this body of work, and now we're at a place where we're like, we think we can beat the songs. Like, we think we can write better ones. So,
Hmm.
kind of going back a little bit and tweaking some stuff and seeing if we can, raise the bar, especially with Jules now on board. Like, she's been really helpful. So, yeah, album. Don't know when, but it's coming.
Keep an eye out. Got to get follower.
Yes.
Got to go get all
Yes.
the get the alerts. Go follow her on Spotify, and everything will be linked down below, and you can go check out
Yeah.
her stuff. But for you, like on the other side of things, right? We're writing and we're creating over here in music, and now you've got the promotional arm that you mentioned earlier, like creating TikToks and doing all those things, like. Music videos, like what's something there, like do you have any ambitions to and want to get in and do more of those, or do some different ones, like what's that look like for you?
I would love to do a music video for Oblivious right now as an independent artist, doing my
Hmm.
best to just spend my little money where I believe
Yeah,
it's like most useful.
sure.
But the second I get a budget for a video, I would love to do something like that. I think maybe like some rom-com inspo-y something would be cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, I did a music video for my song Crimes, and that
Yeah.
one's really cool. It's very like ethereal, dreamy, a little more moody than
Hmm.
I feel like I actually am on a personal level. But I think it's cool and I think it suits the song well. And I've done a bunch of music videos in the past, so if you haven't seen any, people who are watching or listening, you can go watch those. They're really fun to make, and I like making like behind the scenes videos for them as well, just to see like the ins and outs. But
Got
yeah.
it. Is that like something, as is another, part of the creative process, like as you like when you create a song, do you feel like you start thinking about that kind of thing, like right as you're doing it, or is it like, all right, like we're gonna do a video for Oblivious, like let's just start writing down concepts, and like you mentioned like rom-com, right there, you've already got something kind of written out, right? Like a little bit, a concept at least. So like, when you're
Yes.
creating, is it like already in the works?
Um, it depends. I feel like I used to be a little more like uh, I don't know how to say that. Like I thought about it a little bit more. I think right now
Hmm.
I'm really just diving into the music itself, and
Sure.
also like I think from a branding standpoint, like, you know, what does this song say about me and what does this visual say about me? And the album, it's going to be called Fairy Tales and Fallacies, so it already kind of to me has like a visual attached to it. So I'm like, trying to build a world around that as well so that everything kind of points back to the same thing. Um, and like the overall theme of the project.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I asked this, and I always get curious answers. Like for you, like as you release this album, and you've done a lot. It seems like you've done a lot in the hey, we were on The Voice, we got signed, we've now we're independent again. Like you've kind of had a journey in that. Like as you kind of look back on those things and you look forward, like what do you consider success for you, like as you kind of dive deeper into this and continue on, like what are you looking forward to as a milestones that you're kind of trying to seek out and all of that?
I feel like a huge milestone for me, which I haven't even come close to attempting yet, would be like selling out a headline tour.
Hmm.
That would be so sick. I love singing. As much as songwriting is fun and the videos and all that is so fun, like I love to sing. That was my first first love, honestly. So being able to do that and to travel and to meet people, I love people, that honestly would be so fun. And to sell out like rooms would be honestly like I would die happy if I could
All
do
right.
that. That'd be sick.
So a tour is is kind of the pinnacle, or
Yes.
one of those milestones you look forward to reaching.
Yes.
Got it.
definitely.
Got it. Well, what are, in the past, like, as you've done, previous tours, like, what are some things that you would take from those and like maybe cities or places you would definitely visit again? And then, kind of as you move forward, like, what do you want that to look
Yeah.
like?
I mean, I haven't toured much. I've done,
Hmm.
a handful of shows in Nashville, New York, LA. I did one little like opening slot run through Canada, which was cool. I mean, that was beautiful. I'd love to go back to like Calgary. There's a day where we had a couple hours and we just like got a rental car and drove to Banff and
Oh,
back
yeah.
in a day, which was so cool. I loved that. Um, but yeah, I would say I'd like to go back to Calgary probably or
Hmm.
Vancouver. I don't know. I mean, anything. I'm open. There's a lot of places I haven't been to, so
Love it. Love it. Well, hoping, hey, Atlanta, we'll get you here. You'll have a good
yes.
time. Get some wings or whatever whatever you got craving. Get some good food. So love that. Love that. Well, as you kind of have looking into a tour for would it be something we just got to keep following along to kind of see when that will when that will occur.
Yes, unless hey, if there's anyone that you see that's looking for an opener on tour, tag me.
I love
Tag
it.
me and tell your friends to tag me. That or, after the album is out, I would love to do something. So,
Yeah.
it might be just a few cities, but something regardless.
I just feel like you're a storm that's brewing. It feels like
Thank
that's kind
you.
of your thing. You're a storm that's brewing, and you're about to get unleashed.
Thank
As we go
you.
from there. So,
I'll take it.
um, Alexa, we're gonna dive in here. Coming from a storm to a little bit of a party. The party pack of questions here to kind of round out our interview. So we kind of rapid fire, mainly food based.
All
But we'll
right, I'm
do Pete
scared.
Peterson's party pack of questions. Do not be scared. It is totally
I don't
harmless. I
want to
can assure you.
I don't want to frighten you, but I am vegan. So I might veganize my
Oh,
answers.
it's vegan proof. You can't.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. You think I didn't think of it? Come on, we're 100. We're 190 in here. We gotta be able to make sure it's right down the middle. Well,
Perfect.
here we go. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. Question number one: cake or pie?
Can I have ice cream with it? I know this
Sure.
is not very rapid fire of me to ask a question
You're
about.
good. You're good.
I'm gonna say pie.
All right, we're doing a little pie a la mode. All right,
Pie,
love it.
yes.
All right, salad or soup?
S- Soup.
Soup. Love it. All right, sunrise or sunset? What are you seeing more of these days?
Sunset. I am not awake for the sunrise.
All right, there's nothing like a West Coast sunset though.
I love it.
Awesome. Home run or a touchdown? Which one would you rather do?
Would I rather do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess a home run.
All right. All right. All right. Night in or night out? What are you having more of?
Night out.
Night out. Love it. All right. When you
Yes.
do go out, when you go out and your jam comes on, you're more like to hit the robot or the worm on the dance floor.
And wait, what was it?
You're more likely to hit the robot or the worm on the dance floor.
Oh, the robot.
Yeah.
Stop right there.
Okay. I love it. All right.
Yeah, that sounds
Guac
good.
or queso at your favorite Tex-Mex spot?
Walk.
She's walking around. I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Waffles. All right. Coffee or tea with your waffles?
Mm. I would say matcha if I could, but tea is the next best answer.
Matcha. All right. She likes the dirt feel. All right.
Yes.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. But I love cats, but dogs.
Okay. Very good. All right. Are you more identified with like a ninja or a pirate?
These are so interesting. Um, Probably a pirate.
A pirate. All right. Let's go. All right. Chips or pretzels?
Chips.
Chips and around. All right. Fries or tots?
Tots.
Totting it up. All right.
Yes.
After a long day, are you more likely to hit a TV show or a movie?
TV show.
TV show.
While I
I
scroll on
love.
my phone.
All right. As you do. As you do. Um, Are aliens real?
Probably.
Probably. Okay. If you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be?
I would be a strawberry.
Strawberry. All right.
Yes.
Why?
Why? I don't know. Because they're sweet, but also kind of tart sometimes.
Okay. All right.
So
They
maybe
have
that's that.
layers.
Yeah, and they're also really cute.
Yeah.
So I like a strawberry. We got my. I have. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is not very rapid fire of me either, but
Hold,
my
please. We got
brother
to get
got
the.
me
We got to.
these. My brother got me
Oh.
these emotional support strawberries a couple Christmases ago. I think there were six at the start of it, and I've only got four. But they're fun. Anyways, I would say
There we go.
strawberries.
I love it. I love it. We got some show and tell in the fruit question. Haven't
Hey,
haven't gotten that yet, you know?
all
Alexa's
right.
getting us into new grounds. I
I
like
love
it.
it.
All right, is love at first sight real?
No. Yeah, no. I don't think love at first sight is real, but I think sparks at first sight are real, for
Okay,
sure.
that's fair. That's fair. All right, and give us two bands or artists that we might not know that we ought to check out.
Two artists that I like that you might not know.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and if we know them, it's okay.
Hmm. If you do know them, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I will just say this girl is one of my friends. So, but I've been loving her music. Her name's Kirsty, and she has this song called Electrons that is so good. It is on my like top of my repeat playlist on Spotify. So, I would say her and that song specifically. And then otherwise, besides her, I'm trying to think. I'm like going through my like playlist. Oh, I also love Baby Nova. My brother showed me her. She has a song called Too Pretty for Buffalo,
yeah.
and it's really sad, but it's also a banger. So,
I'm a fan of Baby Nova. She has been reached out to. We will see if we ever get her on. You know,
amazing.
she's got some good stuff that I really like. So, congratulations, you've conquered Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. You are through the interview. Obviously, we're excited about your album coming out this year. Fairy Tales and Fallacies. Did I get it right? I got it.
Yes.
Fairy Tales and Fallacies. Nice. Let's go. Alexa Cappelli, I appreciate you taking the time to come on the show. Everyone follow her, check her out on Spotify. We'll have her Instagram and all the links down below. And we appreciate you taking the time today to hop on with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Awesome.
Bye.